and then once you say yes, you have to follow through. So
That's
you
right.
come have a great time with Andrew and the rest of the
Thank you.
team.
We had a great time actually. I think I always saw as like, yeah, you go out of your comfort zone and beyond to do something and try something new. And I did really appreciate that.
I just said yes again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I got better and better.
And every day.
Yeah, and then even saying yes to this podcast, it's just a natural extension of that.
Like having the courage to do Son of the Cross, even though you know people might think something and people might say something. And at the end of the day, let them say it. So it's more important to train your mind. Is that what you say?
Yeah, if you're training in CrossFit, every day it's like jumping into an ice bath or getting under a bar. Everything I do will matter. So the way I deal with treat with my wife, the way we talk around them, even the words and the actions. So even from a very, very young age of 2 months, it's good to pray with him.
Exactly.
Even sometimes I bring him into church and do the sign of the cross with him. Yesterday, for example, he drove to Timaru, slept the night in his car, then went swimming, then went to mass, then hung out with the family, then went back for a party, and he'd just come from a party before driving to Timaru. So he can hit so many events, and now today he's already helping out altar serving at the Latin Mass.
Welcome to Talk with the Courageous Heart. I'm glad you are here today. Let's take a moment to breathe, settle in, and begin today's conversation.
Kia ora whanau, welcome to a brand new episode of Talk with a Courageous Heart. As I promised you last time, I have another courageous heart today. But before I get this person to the chair across side of me, I would like to do a small introduction. Well, I met this person about 5 years ago when I used to do mission and youth work, and we had a great year. And this person is like, we had a really, really good team and we worked really well. After I was done with mission team and youth work, we kind of lost touch. So I'm very excited. I invited this person. This person said yes. And I'm very excited to get to know this person again. The reason I invited this person, because this person is very, very resilient and pushing through whatever it is and keep going, not stopping. For those reasons, I think this conversation is gonna be a great conversation. I need to hear this person's side, how the courage played a big role in this person's life. So without further ado, I would like to invite Stephen Mischewski. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Welcome, bro. How are you?
Good, thanks, Andrew. Good to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, thank you for saying yes. I do really appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
It is. How are you today?
I'm good, Andrew.
Yeah. It's a hot day out there.
It's a hot day. Woke up. Had to come. Got ready to get into it.
Let's do it. But how this works is, if you haven't watched one of my episodes, I ask my guests 5 questions how the courage played a role through different seasons in their lives. So I'm going to do the same with Stephen. But before we dive into questions, may I ask you, who are you?
Yeah, so my name's Stephen. I'm 25 years old.
Yeah.
I got married just over a year ago, and then we already have a little son, a 2-month-old son called Levi. And for work, I do a gardening business with my 2 brothers.
Wow, okay.
And then one of my favorite hobbies would be CrossFit.
CrossFit. Right, that's how I know you. Like, you go hard in the gym and like you push through your limits.
We've done a workout together as well.
Yeah, and it's always been great, like, to go to know you. Like 5 years ago, even though we lost touch, I mean, life happens. Yeah, 5 years. So I'm having a conversation with you after 5 years, and that's crazy how the time has gone. But in saying that, I'm very grateful you are here. So shall we dive into first question?
Yes, sounds great.
All right, let's do it. So as I mentioned, we crossed our paths in mission team. When I did mission team and youth work. Helping out on a school retreats clearly impacted you it's as a part of a mission team. What did that experience awaken in you that it still shapes how you today?
Yeah, mission team, that was an interesting moment of my life. I was at university, and then I got to become friends with some of the people on the mission team, and then they asked me if I could help out on one of the retreats. And at that time of my life, I hadn't done too much life experience, so I just came to it with a mentality of saying yes. So whether it was mission team, whether it was something else like a talk or leading an event, I liked to say yes,
exactly.
even though it was pushing me out of my comfort zone. It's just a good way to grow, I found. And then once you say yes, you have to follow through. So
That's
you
right.
come have a great time with Andrew and the rest of the
Thank you.
mission team.
We had a great time actually. I think I always saw as like, you go out of your comfort zone and beyond to do something and try something new, and I did really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Yeah, and thank you for helping us out.
So then we'd get into the actual meat of the mission, which was leading small groups, helping out the school kids to grow in their faith, answering any questions they had. I was only 20 at the time, and like I say, I hadn't done it too much before, so it definitely was a bit of a challenge for me, but that's how you grow.
That's how we grow, exactly. I remember those times, and you really helped out a lot. Are you happy today that you had that experience?
I am, but I was quite flexible in uni, so I was able to. I just said yes again and again and again, and I got better and better.
And every day.
And then even saying yes to this podcast, it's just a natural extension of that. Just say yes. It might even fit the theme of courage.
Exactly. And that's the reason I invited you. I always knew that you push your limits always. And I always admired that about you. But thank you for going out of your comfort zone and doing this.
My first proper podcast.
God, I hope you will have a good time.
It's been very fun so far.
That's good. Was there a moment in your life when choosing the harder path shaped you more than choosing the easier one? And what did that moment teach you about courage?
Yeah, well, I actually have more of a smaller moment to talk about. So it's not like a big flashy one, it's just a simple one, which is doing the sign of the cross, sometimes in public. So let's say I'm having lunch at a restaurant, or we're having lunch at work with the Fresh Start boys at the gardening business. I'll usually lead the grace because I'm the project manager there. So I'll start with the sign of the cross, whether I'm there, whether I'm anywhere. And there'll be people you can see, but your trick is to not mind. If people see, that's actually a good thing.
Exactly.
And if you're too scared to do it, then that's a bad thing. Because we shouldn't be afraid of our faith.
And I think that's really true. Even though it's small step, it's still big, because I wouldn't say I'm afraid to do that, but I always forget to do that. But having the courage to do sign of the cross, even though people might think something and people might say something, and at the end of the day, let them say it.
And it's just little things.
Exactly.
Like another one would be not being afraid to talk about our faith. Like if someone has a question, or if someone says something incorrect about the Catholic faith, correct them nicely and gently. Don't let it slide unless it's just not the right time and place.
Exactly. And most importantly, you coming from really well-known Catholic family in Christchurch, and how has it impacted you?
My dad is Stephen Mischewski, so he's a master theologian. And he was able to teach my brothers, and instill in me the same kind of love of apologetics, figuring out the truth, that type of stuff. So that was really put me at an advantage, especially with helping with the mission team as well, being able to help the younger kids.
And may I just say that my friend Roshan, you know him.
I know him well.
And he's a very big fan of your dad.
Yeah.
He idolizes him, your dad. So just wanna mention that. So in saying that, we will move on to third question. Training to become, like, I know you do CrossFit.
Yes. Yeah.
Training to become the fittest man in New Zealand demands extreme discipline. Where does courage show up for you when your body or mind wants to quit?
Good question. Yeah. When it comes to physical training, I feel like courage comes in a slightly different form.
Yeah.
So it's not like a psychological drive as much as it is the physical drive. So one thing I would liken it to when you're doing a hard workout would be jumping into an ice bath. So you've got to it's a bit courageous, but social anxiety. It's more just fear that your body's going to be in a bit of pain.
Yeah.
And you would know this well from doing your strength training.
That's
imagine doing a set of 20 back squats. You have to pump yourself up a bit before getting under the bar.
God.
And especially for guys who don't skip leg day, because legs is harder than arms when it comes to the pain.
Yeah. So it's more important to train your mind. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If you're training in CrossFit, every day it's like jumping into an ice bath or getting under a bar.
Yeah. Which is not easy.
Not easy physically. Yeah.
Wow. But I remember you've been doing that for years and years now.
Yeah. So I was doing it for 3 years a row of doing 2 training sessions per day. That was when I met you at the mission team.
So you were doing 2 sessions per day?
Probably 3 hours a day.
That's crazy.
Training really hard to be the fittest guy in New Zealand.
Wow. So have you achieved that? Or
I did achieve it in 2022.
Yeah.
I won the title.
Nice. Congrats.
And then I actually want to get it again.
Yeah.
So possibly this year.
This year.
2026, I'll reclaim the title. I'm still
You will. Proud of you, brother.
Thanks, bro.
You're going to get there. Knowing you, I know you're going to get there.
Yeah, if I set my mind to it.
Yeah, exactly. How did you get into CrossFit?
Yeah, so again, it was actually my dad.
Yeah.
I think he's been a really good role model. You might even have to have him on the show.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so he started about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he would train really hard in the gym.
Yeah.
And I would watch him and do our own workouts.
Yeah.
And he would go super hard
Yeah.
and be lying on the ground at the end of it. And that was all I knew, was to go super hard.
Yeah.
And then when I even came to a normal gym with other people who weren't Mischewskis, they wouldn't go nearly as hard because they hadn't learned to go super hard.
Yeah.
But I would always go really hard and be lying on the ground.
Because your dad
Because
set the example.
He set the example.
Yeah. Wow. Because I don't know many people who does CrossFit, and it was very interesting that I knew you were doing CrossFit from the start. That when we got to know each other.
Yeah.
And I also know CrossFit not easy at all. It's not like you go to gym and do your sets. It's just really hard workout. You had to follow through. It's crazy. Knowing your dad set the example and you all following it.
Yeah.
And it's very, very sweet of your dad, and very And in saying that, we will move on to third question. When people look up to you, whether young men, students, or even your own family, what kind of quiet courage do you feel most responsible to live out?
So quiet courage.
Yeah.
So that would be if we're just interacting in daily life to try to be a good role model, avoiding things like swearing or getting angry unnecessarily.
Sure.
One example, gossip is in there. One example I do have to confess to, which I'm a little bit ashamed about, was last night. We were having a party and we were having a discussion around the fire and we were just talking, and then it came up, we were talking about our friends, and I brought up one of my friends and said something slightly negative about him, which wasn't good, wasn't a good example. So I'm sorry for that. And if my friend is watching, I might have to...
Okay, let's say the name and what you said. No, but thank you for saying that. It takes courage to admit that.
Yeah, sometimes it's learning from the mistakes, which help you know what to do instead.
Exactly.
So in the future, next time that comes up, I'll know to not do
You won't do the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I'd really want to admire that, that self-awareness there. you made a mistake, and we can't dwell on the past. We just can learn from the past, and we can move forward.
Learn from the mistake.
And just want to affirm you, because you mentioned that, we mentioned here, and I know it's not easy to share that, and I'm very, very grateful. What is the quiet courage like when your own family, like when your own siblings look up to you?
Yeah. So one of my mottos as I was growing up was I wanted to inspire and motivate people through my words and actions.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm the second oldest, family of 9. So I've got lots of.
Is it 9, including your mom and dad, right?
9 siblings of us in total.
I thought it's six kids.
No, there's 9 kids.
Oh my
and 2
God!
parents.
Okay.
So I've got 7 younger brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And we hang out a lot. We do a lot together. Hopefully, I've been a net positive on their development.
And I feel like everyone I know, every sibling I know from your family, they're all pretty like play a big role in the church.
Yeah, and like Ben is an altar server.
Yeah.
Josh's an altar server.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot, and to see that, like the whole family follow that path where your dad set that example from the early stages, and all the kids follow that.
And we all build each other up. And bounce off each other.
And how do you find having 9
of us in total? Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
we were homeschooled growing up, and it's made me want to have a huge family. And then my older brother, my younger sister, they also already have children. So there's 4 grandsons for mum and dad.
So who's your younger sister again?
So
I think I know her.
The youngest in the whole family is Bethany.
Okay.
She's only at 7.
7 years old.
And then Matt is 27. So there's
Matt is 27. Okay.
Age.
That is my age. Okay. 9 siblings. That's great. So would you say you want to have a big family too?
Yes, I'd love to have as many as God gives. Which hopefully could end up being a huge number.
Okay. We'll move on to last question. Now that you are married and a father, how has that reshaped what courage means to you, especially in the man you want to be for your son?
Well, I guess with a son, now everything is more crucial because he's the guy I'm trying to mold to become an insanely cool guy, insanely good, virtuous guy. So everything I do will matter. So the way I deal with treat with my wife, the way we talk around him, even the words and the actions. So even from a very, very young age of 2 months, it's good to pray with him. Even sometimes I bring him into church and do the sign of the cross with hands. Good to instill that in him from a young age, and when he's older, he'll remember, even if he can't remember in his memory, he'll still remember.
He'll see it, and you're like, and it's good that, like, having a kid is change your life, right?
Yes.
And what are those changes that you had to make after having that?
Well, the biggest one initially was learning how to change nappies. Even though I've got lots of siblings, I never changed a nappy because I left it for my sisters and my sister. So that was quite easy though, but having to do 20 of them, I think I did the first 20 nappies because my wife Jessie, she was still recovering, so she would stay in bed and I'd change his nappy, and then I'd go to sleep while she fed him because I can't feed. So that would be one big change.
Wow, it's not easy. You can't really sleep a lot.
So the sleep has to be broken up each night. As a young newborn, they can only sleep about 4 hours max at a time. And they'll wake up and they'll cry a lot. They'll need a nappy change and a feed and a burp.
So is that a requirement that they only can sleep?
It's basically like, it's almost unheard of for a baby to be able to sleep for like
more
8
than 4 hours. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Oh, wow. That's pretty interesting.
They need lots of milk.
Wow. Okay. So you and your wife, do you get shape, like days that?
I'm quite lucky to have such a good wife. She will do the work at night now because she has to feed. And then I get to sleep because I need to get up for work.
For sure.
I still help where I can.
Oh, thank you for being honest, brother. I do appreciate that. Look, thank you for answering all the 5 questions that I had for you. Tell me how's life been for you?
Yeah, so to expand a bit on the question of the baby, another big change is that I have to not go to as many events. For sure. Not be able to train as much. Have to put a bit more emphasis on family time, which is awesome. But also at the same time, I wouldn't be able to help out on mission team anymore.
That's right.
And I've got, when I'm not doing family life, I've got work to do, the business to run. So I guess I'm a lot more busy. And then the CrossFit training, it's a bit less now. But that is still my favourite hobby. But I just have to limit it to one workout a day.
I mean, as long as you're still doing it, like, I mean, obviously you have to make sacrifices once you have a kid. And like, let me just say, don't feel bad about not helping out mission team anymore, because you know, I believe there are certain seasons in people's lives. You have freedom to help some people out. Then there's another season that you have your own family that you have to look after, and you have to work towards, you have to provide. And so I think you and I passed that time of our life that we did mission work.
We did a good job.
I think we did a great job. We
had to capitalize on each stage of single, dating, engaged, married, children.
Exactly. And I think it's a bit hard to do extra things when you have kids. So I think that's where you are at right now,
and I look at my brother Josh. He's just about 20, so he's about the age I was at mission team. So he is able to do all that stuff. Yesterday, for example, he drove to Timaru, slept the night in his car, then went swimming, then went to mass, then hung out with the family, then went back for a party, and he'd just come from a party before driving to Timaru. So he can hit so many events, and now today he's already helping out altar serving at the Latin Mass and Kaya Boys.
I guess it's a circle of life, I guess. We go through different phases in our lives, and we have the freedom to do what we can do in certain stages of our lives. But like at the moment, I think you are in where you have to provide your family, you have to look after your family, and be a good example or role model for your son. So thank you for answering all the questions, and thank you for sharing everything that you shared today. I can't be more grateful for you coming here and being here.
It's been really, really good.
Oh, thank you so much. We haven't finished yet, bro. Thank you for saying that. It means a lot to me. So, right now so we're done with the 5 questions, and you have a chance to. So I usually give my guests to ask me a question. It's only optional. You don't have to ask me a question if you don't. So, do you have a question for me?
I do have a question.
Okay, what is it?
Well, the question would be whether or not you have any New Year's goals, and if you do, what are they? For the 2026.
Look, I do have New Year goals. So I have a life coach that I've been kind of talking to him about 3 years now. We work 3 years. We've been working together 3 years. John Nguyen, don't want to shout out to you from Australia. We actually talked about this last month. So he asked me a question. Instead of New Year resolution, what can you stop that you did last year? But what can you stop to be a best year for 2026? So I think my goals is right now is to stop like putting myself down. And and care what other people might think. And also I'm planning at the moment. There are some projects that I've been wanting to start probably middle of next year, and I have started planning towards that, which is really nice. So my goal is to focus on most part of my life, like most time of my life at the moment, focus on podcasts and work, and also like doing research towards that project that I want to start middle of next year. I think that is my goal at the moment, and bit of more is spend more time with my family. So because family is, at the end of the day, family is most important. And so that is my goal, my New Year goal at the moment. Just like not to worry about what others might think. At the end of the day, what matters is what you think about yourself. We don't need to prove to anybody why we do it. As long as you know what is the purpose, what is the intention behind it, and that is more than enough for me. So I think that's my New Year goal, not to worry about what others might think.
I like that goal a lot. Yeah.
Thank you so much. What is your goal this year? One main goal?
One main goal would be to just continue raising Levi.
Yeah.
And then I would like to make it back to Torian, which is a CrossFit competition.
Yeah.
But I actually managed to, I think the other last few years have been a bit more goal oriented.
Yeah.
Like getting engaged, getting married, etc., having a child.
Yeah.
So now this year, and building up a house as well. But this year, everything seems to be settled.
Settled, yeah.
So
just need to keep going.
Yeah, I'd say one thing I would like to do is start more apologetics. So I've gotten into that.
Okay.
So have you heard of RCIA?
No.
It's Rite of Catholic Initiation Adults. I would actually like to help lead people towards Catholicism through the church.
That's nice. Yes. Good on you, bro. Look at you still even though you don't have much time, you still serve where you can. How you can when you can, which is really very, very sweet of you. And thank you for doing that. So before we leave, the last question I have is for you is which I ask every guest of mine. What is one sentence you would say to someone who feels like giving up right now?
I think it would be drop on the floor and do as many push-ups as you can. And if you can't do more than 10, then drop onto your knees and do push-ups from your knees. And just keep grinding them out for as many as you can. And then that will not only be a good challenge, it'll help it'll help you have a goal of how can I do more push-ups? How can I push through this hard pain? Because you have to go until you can't do any more. You can't just choose, I'm going to do 20.
Or you have to go until... You
have to go until failure.
Failure, I never heard. That makes sense. That really changes your mental health and mindset.
And it's something you can do right now because you're always got floor push-ups.
Exactly.
You don't need to go to a gym.
No, you can just do it in the kitchen or in the room. It doesn't matter where. Thank you for saying that. It's definitely a new thing that I heard from my guests, and it totally makes sense why it helps. But thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having the amazing conversation today. I really enjoyed catching up with you. Yes. And did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good to do a podcast.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Andrew. Yeah, really.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. But before we leave, I would like to thank the cafe owners of this beautiful cafe. If you're ever in Christchurch or in the city, please come and try Petai Street Cafe and Dine. They have good food. They have good coffee. So if you're ever in the city of Christchurch or in Christchurch, it's right next to the new stadium of Christchurch. So give these guys a try. They have good food, good coffee. So in saying that, thank you for tuning in today. I hope we were able to inspire a few people through our conversation, my conversation with Stephen. In saying that, I would like to live with a hope and a promise that I would be back with another courageous heart. Until then, be safe, be courageous. God bless you. It's been good, bro. It's been good. It's been good. But you did great.